Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is my 51st birthday. On this occasion, I would like to start a new segment for this channel talking about skincare and skin health. Today, we're going to talk about sunscreens. I've always hated sunscreens. They are sticky, they are oily, they leave a layer of white cast, and sometimes they also cause skin allergy and irritation. But if you don't want to have skin cancer, wrinkles, and dark spots, then you have to wear sunscreens. If you want to know how to choose the right sunscreen for you and know exactly how to use it properly, then this is the video you need to watch. Hi, my name is Alan. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist, and I'm not a skin specialist. I'm just a normal person. I'm here to share with you what I've learned from a layperson's perspective and from my own personal experience about skincare and skin health. The UV light from the sun can penetrate into our skin. It destroys our collagen structure, it causes photoaging and uneven pigmentation of the skin. It also causes sunburn by damaging the epidermic layer of the skin. It can cause the skin to be inflamed and irritated and destroy the DNA of our skin, which will then cause skin cancer. So, wearing sunscreen can protect us against skin cancer, wrinkles, and dark spots caused by UV light from the sun. Using sunscreens is one of the best things you can do to prevent premature aging. UVA and UVB are the main causes of photo damage on our skin. UVA penetrates deeper into the skin, which can cause photoaging, wrinkles, and hyperpigmentation. UVB is mainly responsible for sunburn and skin cancer. So a good sunscreen should provide protection against both UVA and UVB. A sunscreen that can protect against UVA and UVB, we call them a broad spectrum sunscreen. When you're choosing a sunscreen, you should look out for broad spectrum sunscreens. SPF, or sun protection factor, is a measure mainly related to UVB protection. SPF 15 provides 93% protection. SPF 30 provides 97% protection. SPF 50 provides 98% protection, and SPF 100 provides 99% protection. In general, SPF between 30 and 50 is considered adequate for everyday use. PA+ is a measure mainly related to UVA protection. It is labeled from 1+ to 4+. The more pluses it has, the more protection it will provide. So, in general, SPF 50, PA 4+, broad spectrum sunscreens are considered quite good in protecting us against damages from UVA and UVB. There are generally 3 types of sunscreens available. The first type is what we call mineral sunscreens. They are also called physical sunscreens or inorganic sunscreens. The second type is chemical sunscreens, which are also sometimes called organic sunscreens. The third type is a combination of both. Mineral sunscreens are usually made with zinc oxide and/or titanium dioxide. Zinc oxide can protect us against both UVA and UVB, but titanium dioxide mainly protects us against UVB only. So when choosing a mineral sunscreen, be sure that it contains at least zinc oxide. The good thing about mineral sunscreen is that it is very well tolerated and rarely causes any skin irritation. So it is suitable for people with sensitive skins. If you have eczema, which means that your skin barrier function is compromised, or for whatever reason your skin barrier is weak, then mineral sunscreen may be a good option for you. In addition, you can go out into the sun as soon as you have put on a mineral sunscreen. The layer of protection literally sits on top of your skin physically. However, with chemical sunscreen, you will need to wait for at least 20 minutes for the chemicals to form a layer of film on your skin before you go out into the sun. The downside of a mineral sunscreen is that it usually leaves a layer of white cast on your skin. This is cosmetically and aesthetically not very pleasing. When this happens, I look really pale and people think I'm ill. Although newer mineral sunscreens have improved a lot by way of nanoparticles, but some of them will still leave a white cast. Now, chemical sunscreens. There are many different types of ingredients used in chemical sunscreens. And there are many new innovations, especially from Japan and Korea. For people who have sensitive skin, you may want to be careful and patch test chemical sunscreens before using it. Oxybenzone and avobenzone are two of the ingredients commonly used and also commonly known to cause skin irritation or allergy when exposed to sun. Oxybenzone was more popular in the past and it is said to cause damage to corals in the ocean. Since then, it has been used less and less in sunscreens. Avobenzone can be found in many chemical sunscreens these days, and it is quite an effective ingredient. Personally, I'm allergic to both of these ingredients, so as a general rule, I try to avoid chemical sunscreens as much as possible, and I will patch test chemical sunscreens before using it on my face. However, the good thing about chemical sunscreen is that it usually doesn't leave a white cast on your skin. In fact, it usually blends very well on the skin. Of course, different products are formulated differently, so your experience will vary from product to product. In general, it does look more elegant in terms of appearance. Combination sunscreen is simply using a combination of mineral and chemical ingredients. I would be careful with combination sunscreens as well to patch test the sunscreen before using it. First, you should apply sunscreen on all of the areas your skin is exposed to the sun, including your face, your neck, your ears, your arms, legs, and upper chest. Studies have shown that most people use only 25 to 30% of the recommended amount of sunscreen. We should use a generous amount of sunscreen for proper protection. It is recommended to use 1 teaspoon of sunscreen, which is about 5 ml for your face and neck. So for a tube of 50 ml, you will be able to use the tube for only 10 days. But I know very few of us do that. Personally, I also don't like to use so much sunscreen on my face. Nevertheless, we should try and use as much as possible. And make sure that sunscreen is covered thoroughly and evenly on exposed skin. We should also use sunscreen to protect around the eyes. Our skin texture is more sensitive in this part of the face. However, skin cancer around the eyes is not uncommon. If your skin is sensitive around the eyes, then I would suggest that you look into mineral sunscreens. Sunscreens should be applied as the last step of your skincare routine and before your makeup. You should leave your moisturizer to dry, usually about 3 to 5 minutes before applying sunscreen. If you're using a chemical sunscreen or a combination sunscreen, you should put on the sunscreen at least 20 minutes before going out into the sun. For those of us who have oily skin, applying sunscreen on top of your moisturizer can be a bit too greasy for us. So you can choose to use a sunscreen that also have moisturizing properties and then do without a separate moisturizer. It is recommended that we reapply sunscreen every 2 hours when outdoor or every 4 hours when indoor. But why should we reapply so frequently? During the day, there are many factors that can affect the protective layer of sunscreen on our skin, and it will become deteriorated and patchy. We may sweat, our skin may excrete oil, muscles will move, we may brush against our skin, wind may blow into our skin. So the protective layer of sunscreen will be compromised during the day. Moreover, if you are using chemical sunscreen, the chemical ingredient typically will degrade when exposed to the sun. So the effectiveness of the protection will also deteriorate. This is why we need to reapply. Well, if you are indoor in a room without any windows, then you don't need to wear sunscreen. But UVA can penetrate glasses and into our skin. This is the UV light that damages our collagen matrices and can cause premature aging and hyperpigmentation. No matter how many anti-aging products you use, if you don't use sunscreen, this will take you 10 steps backwards in your skin routine. But I must say, if you work indoor most of the time, you probably don't need to reapply as often. Personally, when I'm working in the studio all day, I only use sunscreen once in the morning. If I need to go out during the day, then I would reapply before going out. Remember, I'm not a skin doctor, I'm not a dermatologist, and I'm not a skin specialist. I'm just sharing my personal experience. People with darker skin tone also need to wear sunscreen. When you have skin lesions, acne, eczema, or some sort of skin barrier deficiency, exposure to the sun will increase pigmentation, resulting in uneven skin tone and hyperpigmentation. Without sunscreen, it will also damage your collagen structure and cause wrinkles and premature aging. So, what do I use? I've used many different products in the past. Expensive ones, cheap ones, drugstore brands, boutique brands, luxury brands, all of it. Now, I believe in affordable skincare. I'm no longer a fan of luxury skincare, not because I have anything against them. If you're using luxury brands and like them, please, by all means, continue to use them. I just believe that good skincare doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. I'm not a professional skincare reviewer, so I don't go out there and test products. I have used many products in the past, but it is not my job to test many products. So what I use is just simply what I use. It's not necessarily the best. It's just what I choose to use at this particular point in time. Sometimes I go out there and try a new product. It might work, it might not work. Sometimes I'm boring and just use whatever I know. There are two sunscreen products that I'm currently using. The first one is Eucerin Daily Protection Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This is a combination sunscreen with zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, and a few chemical ingredients. It has a good spectrum of protection against UV lights. I've always liked this sunscreen because it doesn't cause any irritation to me. And at the same time, it doesn't leave a horrible white cast on my face, even with zinc and titanium in it. It is totally fragrance-free and not irritating to me at all. I bought this for 55 ringgit in a 118 ml bottle. This is equivalent to 45 ringgit per 100 ml. The second product is COSRX Snail Essence Chemical Sunscreen. I'm currently testing this sunscreen. It blends very well into the skin without leaving any white cast. And it is also a moisturizer with humectant properties from snail secretion filtrate and hyaluronic acid. This is one that you can use without any moisturizer. For hot weather like Malaysia, wearing a sunscreen on top of a moisturizer can be quite rich and greasy. So I use this straight away after cleansing my face without any moisturizer. Unfortunately, this is not totally fragrance-free. It has bergamot and citrus in it. Sometimes irritation in sunscreen happens in stronger sunlight, so I'm still testing it for potential irritation for me. I bought this for 73 ringgit in a 50 ml bottle, which is equivalent to 146 ringgit per 100 ml. This is 3 times more expensive than the Eucerin Daily Protection for the same quantity. Now that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you like this kind of video, please let us know so we might make more of these. If you don't like this video, please also comment below and let us know how we can improve.